The Vikings, imposing figures in history, are often depicted as fierce and relentless warriors. But what many people don't realize is that behind this image lies profound teachings of courage and resilience. Far beyond battles and invasions, the Vikings were masters at facing the unknown, embracing fate, and turning adversity into opportunities for growth. Today, in a world filled with uncertainties and challenges, we can learn a great deal from these ancient Nordic explorers. Imagine being able to bring the ancestral wisdom of the Vikings into your modern life. How could this transform the way you face your own daily challenges? What did these warriors of the past know that is still relevant to us centuries later? In this video, we will explore hidden teachings of the Vikings, lessons that have the power to help you overcome obstacles, face the unknown with courage, and find resilience in moments of adversity. This video is more than just history. It's an invitation to dive into the principles that made the Vikings such a powerful civilization, both in war and in life. As we explore each of these principles, you will discover that the true strength of the Vikings lay not just in their swords, but in their ability to confront fear, shape their destiny, and maintain a deep connection with their communities and inner strength. When we think of the Vikings, one of the first images that comes to mind is their ships sailing across unknown seas, without the aid of maps or advanced technology. These men and women didn't just navigate the oceans. They faced the unknown with unwavering confidence. The spirit of the Vikings as courageous explorers is one of the greatest lessons in resilience that we can apply to our modern lives. The Vikings didn't know what awaited them on their journeys. They might encounter new fertile lands or fierce enemies, but that never stopped them from moving forward. Instead of being paralyzed by fear of what could happen, they embraced the unknown as an opportunity for growth and conquest. And it's this very mindset that we can adopt in our lives. Often, we find ourselves on the sidelines, afraid to take the next step, whether it's in a new career, relationship, or any significant change. So I ask you, how do you deal with the unknown in your life? How many opportunities do you miss out on due to fear of what you can't predict? By drawing inspiration from the Vikings, we can learn that facing uncertainties with resilience and determination is the first step to conquering new horizons. Confronting the unknown doesn't have to be an act of desperation. It could be a chance for personal growth and evolution. After all, the greatest advances happen when we allow ourselves to explore what lies beyond our comfort zones. For the Vikings, life was not governed by an immutable, predetermined fate. They believed in WYRD, a profound concept that intertwined destiny with personal responsibility. WYRD symbolized the web of life, constantly woven by each individual's actions. While destiny could be charted, the Vikings understood that their decisions and attitudes were crucial in shaping the course of events. The courage to shape one's own life was a central principle in their philosophy. This Viking mentality may seem distant from our reality, but it is incredibly relevant today. How often do we allow ourselves to be swayed by external circumstances, believing we have no power to change our own story? The Vikings knew that, even in the face of adversity, every action mattered. They saw themselves as weavers of their own future, believing that small acts of courage could greatly impact their destinies. Think about this. What are you doing today to shape your future? Sometimes, it's the small acts of courage that create the most significant changes. Choosing to take a new path, confront fears, or simply persevere in difficult times are ways to honor your own WYRD. Just like the Vikings, you have the power to influence your destiny, and every choice you make today can set the course for your life tomorrow. For the Vikings, life was a constant battle, not just on the field of war, but also in everyday adversities. They knew that the path to greatness was paved with obstacles, and that battles, both literal and symbolic, were opportunities for growth and learning. This mentality of viewing challenges as stepping stones to success is something we can apply in our modern lives. Often, when faced with difficulties, we feel as if we are being tested or punished. But what if, like the Vikings, we shifted our perspective? What if we saw each challenge as a chance to strengthen and evolve? The Vikings faced storms, resource scarcity, and unknown enemies. Yet they remained steadfast because they understood that overcoming these obstacles made them stronger, both physically and spiritually. Now, reflect. What challenges in your life can be transformed into opportunities for growth? Instead of avoiding or fearing obstacles, we can learn to embrace them, understanding that they are an essential part of our journey. Every battle we fight, no matter how difficult it seems, prepares us for something greater, brings us closer to our purpose, and teaches us valuable lessons. Just as the Vikings viewed battles as pathways to growth, we can see our challenges as steps toward our own evolution. The Vikings understood something we often forget in today's world: the importance of community. They lived in deeply interdependent societies, where individual strength was amplified by the bonds they formed with one another. Viking communities thrived because their members knew that together they were stronger than alone. This social cohesion not only helped them survive tough times, but also propelled them to achieve extraordinary feats. Nowadays, we often are led to believe that true strength comes from complete independence. Yet the reality is that our support networks are essential to our well-being and success. The Vikings' interdependence reminds us that in times of adversity, the support of our community can make the difference between failure and success. Whether through friends, family, or colleagues, the social connections we cultivate provide us with strength, wisdom, and, above all, resilience. So I ask you, how can you strengthen your social connections to overcome challenges? Sometimes it's easy to underestimate the power of collective support, but just as the Vikings relied on one another, we too can find strength and inspiration in our communities. By strengthening these ties, we create a support system that helps us face challenges with greater confidence and grow more robustly. The lives of the Vikings were marked by frequent losses. In battles, many lost friends, family, and even lands. However, they did not allow these losses to break them emotionally. On the contrary, they transformed pain into strength, developing an emotional resilience that allowed them to continue fighting and conquering, even in the face of the darkest adversities. This type of emotional strength is one of the most powerful legacies we can learn from them. Emotional resilience does not mean ignoring pain or hiding feelings. The Vikings understood that loss was a part of life, and they acknowledged pain, but instead of succumbing to it, they used it as fuel to grow stronger and move forward. This ability to transform suffering into motivation is a valuable skill in today's world, especially when we face overwhelming situations. Now, reflect. How can you transform your own losses into motivation? We all encounter difficult moments, but how we deal with these adversities defines our journey. We can allow hardships to defeat us, or we can, like the Vikings, find strength in pain and use it to drive our actions and continue building our future. Remember that no matter how tough the times are, emotional resilience will give you the strength needed to push onward. The Vikings were more than just brutish warriors. They were dedicated strategists, guided by a rigorous discipline in every battle. For them, discipline wasn't only physical, but mental. They knew that success depended on constant focus and determination, whether on the battlefield or in daily activities. The warrior mindset of the Vikings is a powerful example of how discipline and focus are essential for achieving our goals. Nowadays, we often face distractions that cause us to lose sight of our objectives. But the Vikings teach us that without discipline, even the strongest warrior is vulnerable. They prepared tirelessly for challenges, training both body and mind to be ready for any adversity. Similarly, we need to cultivate discipline in our lives by setting clear goals and channeling our energy into actions that bring us closer to those objectives. So I ask, how can you bring more discipline and focus into your life? Just as the Vikings prepared for battle with determination, we can prepare for modern challenges by concentrating on our goals and eliminating distractions. Whatever the objective, achieving professional success, improving health, or developing skills, discipline is the thread that transforms intentions into results. Spirituality was a fundamental part of Viking life. They believed in Norse gods and goddesses, who not only guided their actions, but also provided them with a sense of purpose and meaning. This connection to the divine helped them find inner strength and courage in adversity. The spirituality of the Vikings teaches us that amidst life's challenges, it is vital to seek something greater than ourselves. Today, many of us may feel a void when it comes to purpose or connection. However, the quest for meaning, be it through spirituality, meditation, or personal reflection, can provide us with the strength needed to navigate life's ups and downs. The Vikings looked to their gods as sources of inspiration and strength. We too can find support in our beliefs, values, or spiritual practices. Ask yourself, how can you find that strength within you? Spiritual connection can be an anchor in stormy times, allowing us to maintain focus and determination even when the winds are against us. By cultivating a practice that connects you to what you consider sacred or meaningful, you may discover a source of energy that propels you to face challenges with courage and resilience. The legacy of the Vikings extends beyond battles and conquests. It is a testament to the courage to face change. These ancient warriors were pioneers, not just in warfare, but in adapting to new environments and cultures. They did not fear changing their ways of life to thrive in unfamiliar lands. This willingness to change and reinvent themselves is a vital lesson we can apply to our lives today. In the modern world, change is constant and often challenging. It can be easy to resist it, clinging to the familiar out of fear of the unknown. However, the Vikings demonstrate that true strength lies in our ability to adapt and embrace the new. Each transformation can be an opportunity to grow and expand our horizons. I ask you, what changes are you ready to make in your life? The courage to change can manifest in various ways, from small daily decisions to significant transformations. By viewing life through the lens of a Viking, you can find the strength to not just face, but thrive in times of change. The Vikings' legacy inspires us to be bold and seize the opportunities that change presents, reminding us that every step toward change is a step toward growth. Throughout this video, we have explored the hidden teachings of the Vikings, which go far beyond their exploits as warriors. The courage, resilience, and importance of social connections they cultivated are timeless lessons we can apply to our lives today. The Vikings showed us that regardless of the challenges we face, true strength lies in our ability to adapt, shape our destiny, and overcome obstacles. Now, it's time to turn this wisdom into action. I challenge you to choose one of the teachings we discussed and apply it to your life today. Whether it's embracing the unknown, cultivating discipline, or strengthening your social connections, every small step can lead to significant changes. And don't forget to share with us in the comments which teaching inspired you the most. We are in this journey of growth and overcoming together. May you live with the courage and resilience of a true Viking, facing each challenge with the strength that comes from within.